Hey guys, welcome back to our FCS North Tournament. In game one of our doubleheader, we've got Robert Morris traveling to Loretto, Pennsylvania to take on the St. Francis Red Flash. And the Red Flash have the ball here, and Lake goes deep into the end zone. Touchdown, St. Francis. They get on the board really quick in this ball game and take the early lead 7-0 with that big bomb down the middle. Robert Morris looking to answer. Pierce is throwing over the middle to his star receiver, and he gets crushed, but he gets a big gain up the gut at the 45-yard line, finally taken down. Pierce again throwing over the middle, dropped and caught, and there is a face mask, or roughing the passer, excuse me. It's a tack on 15 yards. Robert Morris now on the 22-yard line. Pierce going over the middle, almost intercepted, and Wayne gets it down to the 3-yard line. Looked like the linebacker could have caught that. Play action. Pierce throws it in the end zone wide open. Touchdown, Robert Morris. Robert Morris back on offense. Pierce going over the middle again. Here's Hale all by himself. Two defenders giving chase, and he is going to take it all the way using his speed to get away from the safety. Robert Morris with a 60-yard touchdown pass, now on top 14-7 in the second quarter. Big time pass from Pierce to Hale. Hale is star receiver. He will definitely have some more plays later on in this video, as he was all over the field. St. Francis back on offense. Lake's going to throw it himself here to the right, scrambling, throws it right, and there's Bowling, makes a man miss, dives, and he is out of bounds at the 1-yard line. So they won't give him the touchdown. He was just shy, but a great effort nonetheless. Running away from the cornerback there. And from the 1-yard line, St. Louis will punch it in. Another touchdown in this game. A lot of touchdowns in this game, actually. More to come, so stay tuned. All tied up at 14. Robert Morris back on offense. Pierce scrambling right side, somehow evading the defender, and hits Hale, who breaks the tackle, gets past the 30, the 20, and still going. Didn't even get taken down. Goes out of bounds at the 15. High snap for Pierce. He pump fakes, throws left side, caught by Hale, and he gets it in the end zone. Another touchdown for the star wide receiver, and that was a 15-yarder. St. Francis looking to get some more points here. Lake rolling out right, throwing in the middle, and the defender missed it. Bowling is going to take this one all the way for 6. High stepping in the end zone, taunting the defenders, holding the ball out behind him. Another 68-yard touchdown pass. A lot of bombs going on in the tournament so far. Teams just going deep all day. Just a bad play by the safety there. Couldn't quite get his hand over to hit the ball away. Robert Morris inside the red zone, going to Hale once again, and that is another touchdown for the star wide receiver. That one was an 11-yard touchdown pass, and Robert Morris takes the lead with 40 seconds to go. Last play of the first half, 5 seconds. Lake's going to go deep, and it's picked off by Morgan at the 25-yard line, and he's going to return it up to the 50, and that'll be it for the first half here in Loretto, Pennsylvania. Robert Morris on top. Colonials take a 7-point lead into the half, and he is just taunting and slamming the ball down. Luckily, it was the end of the half, so there was no penalty. St. Francis back deep to return the kickoff to open up the second half. Here's Reynolds on the left sideline. Got blockers in front of him. One man to beat, and Reynolds is going to take it to the house. So just like that, St. Francis is going to tie this ball game up with a huge kick return for a touchdown, 95-yarder. And on the next kickoff, the Red Flash kick it deep to Hale, the star wide receiver who has been lights out today. And he's going to return left side. Up the sideline, one man to beat, giving chase, and he's going to dive and miss. Hale is going to take this to the house. Back-to-back touchdown returns, but it is called back with a clipping penalty. Huge play reversed. Robert Morris does not score on the drive. St. Francis back on offense, and they hit Reynolds, and he's inside the 20-yard line. But there is a holding call. A lot of penalties so far. I just didn't show all of them to you guys. Here's Lake throwing it again over the right side, and there's Johnson. The defender jumped up for the ball and missed. And number 26 has been burnt a few times. That is a 49-yard touchdown pass to Johnson right over the middle of the field. Nice play action. Nice pump fake. Nice blocking. Perfect execution. The safety was in a great spot to make a play. Just couldn't get a hand on it. Harris gets a handoff left side. Jukes a man out in the open field past the 30, the 20. 10-5 touchdown Colonials. So they answer right back. Trying to close the gap here. A lot of big touchdowns. A lot of long touchdown runs and passes. Kick returns. Is now tied up at 35. St. Louis will get a handoff. Red Flash trying to get the ground game going, and he's going to hurdle over a defender, go past the 40, past the 30, down to the 25-yard line. What a great effort by St. Louis. Take a look here. Hurdles the left end. Runs past a couple corners. Nice blocking downfield by the receivers. He just ran out of steam at the end of the run. Last play of the third quarter. Lake hit as he throws it, and he hits Reynolds. He connects with him in the end zone for the touchdown. A 7-yard slant pass for 6. Nice diving effort. It didn't look like the ball crossed the plane, but they would not challenge it, so the play would stand. 42-35, Red Flash on top. Robert Morris looking to answer. Pierce rolling right side, throws it deep, and that is caught by Wayne at the 29-yard line. 3 consecutive completions for Pierce. Now inside the 20. Pierce going right side in the end zone, and it is caught somehow by Young in triple coverage. Let's take another look here. Perfect ball placement. 2 defenders got their hands up but couldn't get to it. Tie game at 42 here in the fourth quarter in Loretto, and they throw a pick. The Colonials catch a huge break there and return it up to the 33-yard line. They would have to settle for a 51-yard field goal attempt. The kick is up, and it is just to the right, and that is a huge miss with less than 2 minutes to go in the ball game. Red Flash on offense. Lake under center, throwing it over the middle to Reynolds. He's got it, and he's going to outrun everybody and get into the end zone for another touchdown for the Red Flash. And they take the lead 49-42, and not a whole lot of time left in the ball game. And we'll have time just for one more play in regulation here. And here's Pierce dropping back to throw it. Throws it deep left side. Tipped and picked off by Nixon. And that will do it. Our ball game in Loretto, Pennsylvania is over. Robert Morris will have to travel back to Moon Township, Pennsylvania, as they are now eliminated from this tournament. St. Francis will get on to the next round, and they will play the winner of our next matchup, which will be Stony Brook, the Seawolves, taking on the Wagner Seahawks in New York, New York. Well, let me know in the comment section below what you guys thought of this game and who you think's going to win the next one. A lot of electric plays, a lot of fireworks in this one. Very close game. Came down to a couple turnovers and a couple penalties that really cost Robert Morris a chance at advancing to the second round of the tournament. 495 yards of offense for the Red Flash, 133 yards rushing. They were a little more balanced than the Colonials, but they did turn the ball over 3 times. It still came away with the victory. Look at the individual stats. 362 yards passing for Justin Lake with 5 touchdowns. Tim St. Louis goes over 100 rushing. William Bowling over 100 receiving. And Clint Hale had 3 touchdown catches for the Colonials. Scott Pierce throws 5 touchdowns with 1 pick. And on to the next one. Stony Brook travels to New York to take on the Wagner Seahawks. Both teams obviously from New York. And here's Wagner. And that is a touchdown to start off the game. It was late in the first quarter. It took 2.5 minutes off the clock just for somebody to get into the end zone. Nice corner route by the tight end. Get wide open for his quarterback. And on the kickoff, Wagner kicks it deep to about the 3.5-yard line. Here is Rouse, excuse me. He's going to return right side, follow his blockers, and get out of bounds at about the 47-yard line. 3rd and 6 for the Seawolves, going right side, picked off by Clark at the 15-yard line. And we've got our first turnover of the Stony Brook Wagner ball game. The See what Wagner can do with that turnover. Here's Coleman looking to throw. Goes left side to Cameron at the 43-yard line. Up past the 30. Nice stiff arm. Completely bulldozed the linebacker. Wagner would settle for a field goal attempt. The kick is up and right down the center. Seahawks now have a 10-0 lead here in the second quarter. They get the ball back. Stony Brook really struggling on offense. Coleman rolls out right side. Got a man wide open. It's Ingram. And he breaks the tackle, puts his shoulder through the guy's face, and he's going to take it to the house as the other defender dove and whiffed. What a play by Ingram, the slot wide receiver. That is a 77-yard touchdown reception for that young man. Let's take another look here at this truck. Just lays the boomstick into his face. Unbelievable. You don't see that every day from a wide receiver. Stony Brook on offense. McClellan looking to get something going. He is their third-string quarterback, as Stony Brook definitely made a quarterback change here, as they only had 2 first downs up until that point. McClellan, the speedy quarterback, and he's going to throw it deep left side here, caught by Davis, and he's going to go into the end zone. So Stony Brook finally gets on the board, 17-7. But the Seahawks are not done. Coleman going deep over the middle, Hill wide open, up to the 27-yard line, big-time gain. Corey Coleman has 245 yards passing in the first half. What do you guys think of the Wagner Seahawks logo? I think that looks pretty sweet. Nice clean look as they kick another field goal. 20-7 is now the score at the end of the first half. Now into the third quarter. Vincent gets a carry, and he's got the sideline and uses his speed and gets into the end zone. Wagner looking like they're going to run away with it as he dunks it over the goalpost after that 28-yard touchdown run. Just bounced it to the outside. Great blocking by Davis, the wide receiver. Stony Brook 3rd and 10. Play action. McClellan going deep, and he threw it right to the defender, who picked it off and returned it up to the 49-yard line. Awful pass. The receiver wasn't even close to it. And here's Vincent getting a counter. Nice blocking. Following the blockers. Past the 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown. Defenders both dove at the same time. He hurdled. And he gets into the end zone for another big touchdown. 43-yard touchdown run for Vincent. Wagner now on top. 34-7 here in New York, New York. Unbelievable ground game so far. Haven't seen a whole lot of teams run the ball in this tournament as McClellan takes off right side, gets 10 yards, gets 20 yards, maybe 23 yards rushing on one play for the quarterback. Nice run. Nice little scamper. He's going to go play action here. Roll left side. Wait for his man, and he's got him. Davis inside the 10. Down to the 3-yard line. 1st and goal upcoming for the Stony Brook Seawolves, and they needed that big time. They are down by 27 points in the third quarter, and it's not looking good. And Sullivan will take it in from 3 yards out. Stony Brook finally trying to close that gap. Just scraping away at that scoreboard, 34-14. But Wagner back on offense. Here's Vincent getting the toss, finding the edge, and only needed one more block. The receiver whiffed on it, but he does get it up to the 22-yard line for another big first down for the Wagner Seahawks. And Coleman going to option right side, pitch it out to Vincent, who's got the edge again. Jukes the man out inside the 10-5, touchdown. Wagner just pouring it on with the run game. 23-yard touchdown run for Vincent. And they are now on top 41-14, I believe. Stony Brook back on offense. McClellan rolling right side, throwing deep, and caught by Parker. He's going to take this one all the way. Defensive back whiffed again. Seeing a lot of that in this tournament. They are all academic teams, so the awareness and the skill is not there right now. But the final 7 teams to make it in will all get pretty good builds. So we'll see some great athletes on each team. Well, Wagner walks away with a pretty easy victory, 44-21 over the Stony Brook Seawolves. So Wagner will then host the St. Francis Red Flash in round 2 of our FCS North Tournament. Now our next 2 games will be Central Connecticut taking on Sacred Heart, and the Fordham Rams taking on the Marist Red Foxes from Poughkeepsie, New York. That video will be out next week sometime. I'm not sure what day. I'll let you guys take a look at the rest of these stats, and I'll see you guys Saturday with another Mississippi State Bulldogs Dynasty video. So stay tuned, folks. I'll see you in the comments section below. Take it easy.